What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
All right. Let's do this for the 157th time. It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper, Rob Jenners, 7-time NBA champion and guest of the athletic director, Robert Ory. I didn't realize they're talking before the show. I didn't realize that the Sweet 16 game with Alabama and UNC was happening in LA. I don't know why I didn't realize that, but It's happening at Crypto.
Yeah.
So you're getting a chance to go see the Tide. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. A.D. Burns called me up. He invited me, which I was, very honored and shocked by it, but I'm going. But the crazy part is the night Alabama won, the first phone call I got was from James Worthy.
Wow.
Wanted to make a bet.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Wanted to make a bet. He's like, and we're only betting $50. We owe, he and James and I both from the South, we cheap and old. So we just gonna make a nice $50 bet.
Man, just cheap and old, man.
Yeah, but here's another crazy, my very last college basketball game was an L to North Carolina.
Really?
Yep. And they went on to win the national championship that year.
Interesting. I didn't know that. All right, cool. Yep. Well, we'll see how Bama does. Have you been keeping up at all with the tournament? Because I really have not this year.
I have.
Yeah.
I kind of haven't. I sort of fell off, After FAU blew it to Northwestern, I was like, all right, bye. And then Dusty Mays took the Michigan job. I was like, I'm out.
So many things happen for you. But, yeah, I've been watching. It's been some really good games on both sides, women's and men. So
women's tournament's been great.
Really, yeah, it's been
women's
really good.
It's been real good. And you, by the way, the women's tournament is just dominating right now because you got like Dame tweeting about it and all these other guys tweeting about the West Virginia, Iowa State game.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's once the NBA players start weighing in, you're like, okay, they're paying more attention to the women's game than they are the men's game.
Yeah, especially the was it NC State Tennessee game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. It's been, I think this year's been more controversy on both sides than any year I've ever seen. With all the replays and everything they have at their disposal, especially that block. Who was it? What block was that? When the was it the Gonzaga? Not the Gonzaga.
No.
I can't think right now.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of it. Damn it.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
It's not coming to mind. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, that was a clean block.
Yeah, it was the upset. It was, oh, crap. Who was it? It's driving me crazy. Anyway, I know who you're talking about, but people are screaming at us right now.
Yeah. Who's your replay? They don't have no challenge.
No.
They don't have no challenge in college yet.
I guess not, man.
They copy the NBA so much, they should have a challenge. You know what I mean?
Let me give you this one. Since we're talking about March Madness, let's skip ahead a little bit. UNC starting five is an average of 22.2 years old. Oklahoma City Thunder's starting five is 22.6 years old. The Thunder are pretty much about the same age as UNC. And I don't know if that's more of a, the UNC guys are, it's about average, right? For a college team, you got to imagine 20, 21, 22 is probably.
They're an older team. And if you look at college now, a lot of the teams that are really, really good and are taking over are teams who have had guys who, not saying they're not NBA ready, but have decided to come back and have multiple years. So now they have more camaraderie. They've been there, done that, and together, and the cohesiveness has allowed them to be one of the better teams in the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also, I think that's the one thing that a lot of high school guys are running to when it comes to getting recruited, that these teams don't want young guys anymore. Unless you're a top 50 player, they don't want you because they want mature players. They want these guys who season, from talking to one recruiter, he's like, oh, I love Chris, but my school wants all portal kids. We want the guys who experienced. We want guys who've already, developed, not knowing that, hey, some of these guys in high school come from really good programs and really good coaches.
Yeah, they do.
They're ready. And now you're going to take a guy you're going to have for 1 year when you could probably have a guy for 3 to 4 years. It's just so ass backwards to me.
Yeah, and it's frustrating that you're going to hang the future of the program on portal kids. Portal kids aren't there. They're not invested. Like, I think there's something about when you recruit a kid to your school, you have to sell them the program. Like, you got to sell them the system, the school, all that stuff. A portal kid's coming in to catch maybe a 1 or 2 year paycheck with NIL. Yep. Maybe they can advance a little bit. Maybe you get lucky and you get to a Sweet 16 or an Elite 8 or a Final Four. But the portal right now has just got everything so sideways.
I can't fully agree with that because a lot of the portal kids hit the portal so they can go somewhere for a better opportunity. Like if I feel as though I can go
better opportunity for his pay, yes.
Well, regardless, whether it be because the portal stuff hit before the NIL stuff did. So the portal's been around longer. Yeah. So a lot of kids were hitting the portal because they felt as though they could go somewhere else and get more playing time. Yeah, or they felt.
If you look at the portal and let's say you got guys that are getting in the portal, because I understand if your coach leave, I'm all about that. You know, people got this confusion about I went to the school for the school. No, I went to the school for the coach. Unless your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa all went to the university, then that might be the case. But these guys now, it's about the coach. The coach leaves, I'm all about the portal. But if all of a sudden, if you averaging 2 points on a team that's not that good, let's say, Tupelo. I'm just making that up.
Sure.
And all of a sudden you think you're going to go from Tupelo to Sidewinder school over here, and is it really going to make a fucking difference? It's not going to make a difference. It's like you got to earn your spot. You just go, okay. And it's teaching these kids like, oh, I face a little adversity. Well, fuck this. I'm going somewhere else. Tackle that adversity, take on that adversity, become a man, become an adult and grow up. Just don't jump because, I ran into a little adversity.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. Here's the thing. The portal is a reflection of life where everybody gets to make their own choices and get to make their own decision. Now, if a guy decides that he wants to hop in the portal and go somewhere else, he should be able to make that choice and decision based off whatever it may be. Now, the other side of that coin is basically what you're saying. Doesn't mean that it's always going to work out because the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Sometimes it's astroturf, field turf. It's fake.
Yeah.
But that's the choice that kid has made, and he has to live with it. All the kids that hit the portal, they go elsewhere. They've been hitting the portal 4 or 5 times, and they still haven't been able to find a landing spot. That's on them. So I'm all for kids making their own decision, but I'm also for them dealing with whatever comes along with making their decision. I'm for both sides of the coin because that's life.
I'm for the portal. I am. I'm not saying I'm against the portal. I'm for the portal, but I think it needs to be regulated. Now you just
there's a huge issue with regulation in the portal. Right?
Yeah. Like, there's one guy, like, you're 28 years old and you bouncing into the portal again. Why are you still become a grad coach and coach, man? Stop. And you taking a spot because you're not going to the next level. Let's face it. Like if you're 28 years old and you still trying to get to the NBA, you ain't getting there because the NBA is almost like once you get past 25, the NBA looks at you like, oh, it's past your prime because there's someone 21 years old that I'm going to get 8 years out of instead of 3 years out of the 28-year-old. And I don't think people understand that. They need to just say, you know what? If you're 25 years old and you still in college and you're trying to make it, and if you went to the military and served in the military and then came back that way, I am fine with that one. But if you've been in college since you left high school and you bounce around for 8, 9 years, give it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and like everybody has their reasoning, and there are certain reasons that I'm looking like, you know what, you're right. Like you're a little bit too old to be right. You need to go get a job or something. But there are some of these guys who, have won national titles at places, and they hit the portal just because they want to be a bigger part of a team. They want to make a bigger impact on the team. I've gotten my title. I have a couple of years of eligibility left. Let me hop in the portal and see if I can be a part of a program that sees that has more of a plan for me and wants me to be more of an impact player from where I came. A couple of Georgia receivers have done that the last couple of years, have transferred to Alabama because they saw themselves as being a bigger part of what Alabama was doing from a statistical standpoint.
Well, we saw it with Georgia Tech too, with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's just what it is.
Yeah,
he was a grad transfer though.
Yeah, but I think the point being to B-Dog's point, and again, no one's wrong here. But there's pluses and minuses about the portal in every direction. But if you get an opportunity to go somewhere where maybe it's a little bit more of a high-profile program and you can stand out and you get a little bit more time, or you take a step back and you go to a smaller program where you can be a bigger fish because you've been so there's pluses and minuses. My biggest problem with the portal is the way that, like, I think the portal this year, the college basketball portal, opened in March before the tournament started.
Yes, that was awful.
That threw me because there were teams, it was Rick Pitino, I think, wasn't it, who said, we're not, I mean, not that you're missing anything in the NIT, but he's like, we're not going to go to the NIT because we have to now focus on the portal. So now you have schools that are opting out of tournament opportunities, even if it is NIT, to focus on this because A, they don't want to lose their guys, and B, they want to get the guys that are available now. And coaches and teams, they're getting stripped of players before they're even into the tournament. And it's like that bugs me. That you should wait at least till after there is a national champion crowned. Portal can open beyond that. And if the kids want to make their move at that point, go nuts.
Yeah, I think, this is when I talk about NCAA don't care about the student athlete. The fact that you just talk about the Pac-12 and all them leaving, and now you playing on an ACC, and you got all that trips you got to do. That's one thing. Now you talk about the portal. Why can't you wait till school is over with? That school is over with, because now my whole point, like, I'm in the portal now. I'm leaving this school
in March.
I'm not even focusing on my education.
You got 60 days left before graduation, and you're just bouncing.
Yeah, like soon as you think about it, school starts in what August for some schools.
Yeah, I think
you got July. It's like you should say July or June or July is the month for the portal. You got this month, then that's it. And it puts the pressure on these schools to be like, okay, I can't depend on the portal. I'm gonna go the high school route. And then bring in the portal kids if you have room for them and whatnot. But it's just it's making these kids think next level instead of just education and next level.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've always tried to do that in college sports, where it's always been about the next level. It's never been about education. The NCAA just has not had any regulation on both the portal and on the management of NIL. Now, I know NIL is a lot more complicated because states and counties and schools and shit are involved, and that's a whole different thing. But the portal is something the NCAA can control, and they just haven't done it. But, I mean, they haven't done it in football. They haven't done it in basketball. So, I think, again, to everybody's point, there's a lot of upside. There's a lot of downside. Let's just find something that works for everybody and just try to kind of pull it together. Because I hate seeing college athletics getting ripped up the way it's getting ripped up, man. It's tough right now. It's just tough. By the way, we're looking at the Sweet 16. Marquette moved on. I had this note because I thought it was funny. Bijan Robinson, Falcons running back, had a perfect bracket through Thursday.
Seriously?
Yeah, he had a perfect bracket. He picked the Oakland upset over Kentucky. He picked Duquesne knocking off BYU. Like, he picked some of these, and it was like people were freaking out. And then it blew it up. Yeah, he picked Marquette to lose to Western Kentucky, even though Marquette was the 2 seed. So that blew up his bracket there. But your Sweet 16 right now is number 1 UConn versus number 5 San Diego State. Illinois versus Iowa State. UNC, we talked about, versus Alabama. Clemson versus Arizona, Creighton, Tennessee, Purdue and Gonzaga, and NC State, by the way, number 11 NC State.
Everybody's rooting for them.
No, yeah, it's the last, what you've got of a Cinderella. Number 2 Marquette, and then, of course, number 1 Houston and number 1 Duke. That should be a good game.
Number 4 Duke.
Number 4 Duke, sorry, yes.
Yeah. But it's so weird when you in the ACC. This is why I tell people ACC is all about basketball. What are they, 8-1? So far, only lost 1 game. Yeah, NC State is the darling of the tournament now.
Yeah, and it's all ACC, man. It's all ACC. But yeah, that's. I
hate to say this, but I had Auburn going to the Final Four.
Okay.
I had Tennessee going to the Final Four. I actually had Tennessee.
That's still in the mix.
Yeah. So,
thoughts on one of the topics. There's been a topic of conversation. What's my guy over at John Calipari with Kentucky?
Yeah.
That's been a topic of conversation. As amazing of a recruiter as he is.
Hell of a recruiter.
One title in his tenure there, and I think that's one title in 26 years for Kentucky, which was 2012 when he had Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. How do you view John Calipari? Is the sand in the hourglass up, or do you just keep rolling with him?
For me, that's the Ignite team. That's a new Ignite team, because that's all Kentucky is. It's like you're going to go there and you're going to play one game. You're going to try to showcase your talent, and then you out. I don't even know if these guys even try to win a national championship. They just try to showcase their talent so they get to the next level. And I never met the man. I don't really watch Kentucky unless they play in Alabama or playing somewhere, UCLA, USC, because they over here on the West Coast. But to me, after watching the game the other day, I saw a lot of coaching flaws. And, and it was some substitutions, and there's some, when you got a hot guy, you don't even run plays for a hot guy. It's just certain things that make me go, he's a hell of a recruiter, but I don't know him. It's one of those questions you have to ask a guy like AD, Boogie, those guys who played for him. But I just think he's a hell of a recruiter. I don't know about the coaching, though.
It's funny because, and I wish I would have found that clip. Boogie had Rajon Rondo, who also went to Kentucky, on his podcast. They were talking about it. And from what I understood, Boogie was for John Calipari, saying, he's a heck of a coach. He shouldn't go anywhere. I understand that they've had, a lot of hiccups, but, look at all the guys he's put in the league and things of that nature. Rondo was, on the other hand, is like, dude, the man has only had one title in his entire tenure there. Kentucky's only had one title in the last 26 years. If it was anybody else with that type of line, they'd have been fired. They'd have been gone.
Here's the thing, though. I think he's got so much tenure there that he's reached. And by the way, even though they've only won one title, they've been relevant for almost that entire run.
But that's the Kentucky brand.
Right.
Kentucky's the most winningest basketball program in all of college basketball. They have the most tournament appearances. They're always going to be relevant from that standpoint.
But it's like the Braves in the 90s. You're never going to get rid of Bobby Cox. He's iconic. Even though you only won one title, you should have won more. But Bobby Cox gets to stay as long as he wants. I think Calipari gets to stay as long as he wants.
Yeah.
I think he's just hit that point.
I also think that the fact that when you talk about alumni and you talk about the pipeline he has to the NBA, all those guys love him. They come back, they talk about Kentucky, they rep Kentucky. As long as that is happening, the money's going to keep flowing through the Kentucky University program. He is not going anywhere, because at the end of the day, it's about putting butts in those seats, and they're selling out every time because he has NBA caliber players on the floor each and every year.
And at the same time, where are you going to go? I mean, I know there may be a couple of names that have been floated around, but my thing is to recruit at the level at which he's been recruiting
for as long as he's been doing it.
As long as you got to ask yourself, as the Kentucky brass, where if I do fire him and I want to go elsewhere, where do I go?
NBA coach. That's the only thing you can do.
Because you have to put a name in to replace him. You do. I think you have to put a name in there to replace him. Which is why I was surprised Alabama went the way they went when Nick Saban left, because I thought for sure you're going to go get Urban Meyer. You're going to get Urban Meyer out of retirement.
Too much controversy.
Just for the name value. That's all you're looking for there is the name value.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I was shocked that you Alabama got a coach like, who? Where are you from? Oh, he's coach of the year?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. But yeah, I think Calipari's just hit that point where he's like, he's like Coach K at Duke, and Duke got the job done plenty of times. But when you're good enough and you're relevant enough for a very extended period of time, you just get to hang out, and you go on your terms. I think
Coach K is a little different though.
Yeah, I think he's gotten to the promised land a lot more than Kentucky has.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, but I mean, just guys that write their own ticket. At some point, you've been there long enough. You're just like, all right, I'll leave when I'm ready. And I don't think Kentucky will ever make a move to get rid of him.
That's like Izzo. He ain't going nowhere.
Izzo ain't going nowhere. Same thing. Izzo's a good example. This is
the only coach that I could see going into Kentucky is what's the guy? He's on TV now. Used to be at UConn. I can't think of his name. Tall guy.
I'm blanking. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the only name that has because he's won national championships, and that's the only guy you could that's sitting out.
He used to be at UConn.
Is it UConn? Villanova. At Villanova.
Oh, you talking about Jay Wright?
Yeah, Jay Wright.
Oh.
Jay is the only one.
That was one of the names that came up. If somehow, some way they would have fired Calipari, they would get Jay Wright on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I just don't. Well, we do have a lot of NBA stuff to get to this week. By the way, before we go too far into the show, not to bring everybody down, but thoughts and prayers with the people in Baltimore right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Holy crap. The Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed, and the only up of that story is that it happened sort of in the early hours of the morning, and not a lot of cars were on the bridge. I think they said only 7 or 8 cars had gone into the water when it happened, but this this giant freighter hits that bridge, and I'm sure by now, by the time this comes out, everybody knows the story and has seen it. But I can't even begin. To imagine what those people are dealing with right now in Baltimore. So
apparently the report was the reason why there weren't, obviously the time of the morning, but the reason why there weren't as many cars on that bridge as it could have been is because they sent in a mayday early enough that allowed people to get cut off from going onto the bridge. So they kind of knew something was not right early enough to prevent more people from being on that bridge.
Yeah, it was a lot of smoke coming from the liner.
It looked like the power went out a couple times too on the liner. Like the lights would go out, and then they would come back on, and then go out again. So they were having some sort of a power issue or something. It looked like, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen anything ever in my life like that video.
That's a movie type of thing.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Same thing.
Holy crap, that is terrifying.
Yeah, that looks like something that's out of a Mission Impossible movie.
It really does. It doesn't even look like real life. And now that it's daylight, you're getting to see kind of the aftermath of it. Just a horrible situation in Baltimore.
And that bridge is, I don't know what areas that bridge connects. I don't know if it connects Baltimore to, so I don't know, but I know it's like a mile-long bridge.
It's over a mile, yeah. It's
over
like
a mile long.
2 miles long or something. It's a
huge,
it is a huge bridge. This morning I saw a dash cam video of just someone driving the bridge, just so you could see the scale of what fell. Because when you see it in a far back video, you're like, oh, a little bridge fell. And it's like, oh, no, that's a massive, massive bridge. It's huge.
I've always been afraid of bridges like that, since I was a little kid. Going from Charleston, South Carolina into Mount Pleasant, where my family's from, I used to lay down on the floor because I used to be so scared of those bridges. And the way my aunt used to drive on that thing, you would think it was Indianapolis 500, boy. And even now, certain bridges, like even in San Francisco, going in from San Francisco to Oakland, I usually close my eyes, man, because I'm so scared of those bridges. And so it's, I'll probably panic if that happened. If, I don't know what I would have done. I probably had a heart attack.
It's crazy that you bring that up because driving on that, for the first time, it was like, you own one of the most biggest and most major bridges in all of the United States. And then even, going on a tour of it around it, it is a little scary. It's a little intimidating.
But the problem is, all I do is think about the earthquake. There's a fucking earthquake hit again.
Oh, my God.
And it's going to collapse again. I'm like,
and I'll tell you what.
And I hate to think that way, but every time I go across that mug, I think like that.
You know why you think like that? Because Hollywood has not done us any favors. Every time, every chance they get to fucking wreck that bridge, they put that shit like, this is what would happen. And you're like, oh, Jesus, it scares the hell out of you. The ones that bug me out aren't driving from Miami to Key West. I don't know if anybody here has ever had to do that drive. There's a stretch called the 7 Mile Bridge. It is 7 miles. Now, a lot of it's low to the water, so you're not very high. But there are stretches where that bridge goes up pretty high to get the boats under it and stuff. And the fact that you are not on land for 7 miles bugs me out, man. I don't like it.
It's a strip connecting, I think it's from, it's in New Orleans going into like Mississippi. It's a stretch right there. That one to me is about maybe 3 miles long, but it's scary to me because I said, if you fall in this shit, them Gators getting your ass.
Oh, yeah.
And so, at least when it was like, you're like, oh, maybe I could, stay afloat. But in the clear water, you feel a little bit more comfortable. But that fucking
you start getting
Gators
down
be
near the Gulf and in South Florida. No, no, thank you. Sharks, gators, all kinds of shit. But yeah, I didn't mean to bring everybody down. But holy cow, that is a crazy story. And if anybody up in the Northeast is affected by this, man, we're thinking about you. That's just nuts.
Big time.
All right, well, I put on here. I mean, it's worth looking at the standings now because we're starting to get down to the final kind of 9-10 game stretch of the NBA season. Everything's starting to shake out. We've got the West kind of shaking out, the East kind of shaking out. I'm curious to know if Draymond Green is concerned about the Rockets.
How much are you now kind of tracking the Rockets?
No, I don't give a damn about the Rockets.
All right, so he doesn't give a damn about the Rockets. What do you think, Coach Malone?
I don't give a shit.
He doesn't care either. All right, well, I got news for you, man. The Rockets, what are they, winners of 8 straight, I think, right now? They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're surging up to that 10 spot real quick, and the Warriors ain't doing anybody any favors with the way they're playing.
Right.
So I got news for you, Draymond. You might want to keep an eye on the Rockets, bro.
Because you got, the Rockets got, if you look at the Rockets' last 10 games, they've been all cupcakes. Only Cleveland, and Cleveland's missing, Spider.
Yep.
So it's been all teams that be like, okay, we ain't got shit to win. We don't care, And so, and everybody always wants to beat the Warriors. Nobody wants to beat the Rockets anymore. So they better give a shit because the Rockets have an easier schedule than the Warriors do.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Lakers are right in that mix too, man. Let's not leave the Lakers out of this because they're right there.
Well, I think the Lakers have not that there's any type of safe zone, but the Lakers have pretty much locked in that 9th spot. I don't see anybody unless the Lakers go on another losing streak.
Oh, don't say
which
that.
is very.
The Lakers are on the road for 6 games due to the NCAA tournament being here, and they don't play well on the road.
They don't.
They don't play well on the road, and I hate to say that. And this road trip starts off with the Milwaukee Bucks. So,
Yeah, it does.
It's becoming a test of merit right there.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you just never know. The Lakers are really just trying to play keep away as much as they possibly can.
And if I'm Draymond, by the way, I'm looking back over my shoulder for them Houston Rockets the way they're playing right now. But top of the West right now: Denver, OKC, Minnesota. Easy, your top 3 seeds, all within like about a game or 2 games of each other. They're all right, just grouped right up there. Clippers and the Pelicans, by the way, right behind them, even at about 4 and 5. We had CJ McCollum this week say Pelicans have the best bench in the NBA, which we kind of talked about a little bit last week. Do you think it's the best bench in the NBA? I think it's good.
I forget who comes off their bench.
That's a good question. I don't know their roster that well.
I know they're and like we talked about last week, I know that they're a top 10 defense without a perennial big man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the way they guard on the perimeter with their wings and how, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, guys like that, when you can have those 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guys who are willing to defend multiple positions.
Yeah, there's nobody on their roster, just a quick look of it, that jumps off the paper at you.
Mm-mm.
It's just I think it's about quality of what you get from those guys, right, Rob? Like you don't necessarily need to have stars on your bench. You just need to have guys that come in and give you quality minutes.
That is key right there. Quality minutes. Like when you go to the bench, are you going to drop off? Are you going to lose anything? If you really think about it, their bench is, you want to they have the best bench. I don't think so. You got other benches. You got like Alvarado and you got Larry Nance Jr. and it's like those guys are not top tier players. They're not even like 6 team. If you had like
they're good players.
They're good players, but their bench is not like when you say, we have the best bench. No, they don't. There are other teams in this league that have the best bench. You think about the Clippers. The Clippers bench is fucking good.
Yeah.
And you think about Boston's bench is pretty good. Milwaukee's bench, like, I don't think they have the best bench, so.
We'll get to Boston in a few minutes here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's wearing his Hawks hat today after last night. Holy cow.
I was in attendance.
Yeah, you were in the building. Well, we'll talk about it in a second.
You're going to be in attendance.
We'll talk about it in a second. Rounding out your West, I mean, you got the Suns, the Kings, and the Mavericks kind of all bunched up 6 through 8, and we already talked about the bottom end of the West. We did have Steve Kerr saying this week, we can't just ride Steph for the Warriors to stay in this. And there's a lot of people who are like, no, this is probably exactly when you need to ride Steph. If you need him now, you need him more than ever right now. Yeah. Steph Curry.
And then I know the other night when they was playing and they was just talking about the run that they were going on with Steph still sitting on the bench and he should have been in the game. People forget your players have to get rest, especially when you're that age. Yeah. You need to give them a little break. I know you're trying to fight for the playoffs, but
you got to manage that load, baby.
Exactly.
Got to manage that load. All right, well, let's talk about the East. We already talked about Boston, so we'll talk about Boston. They're 11 games up on everybody. So really in the East, it's kind of the Celtics and everybody else. They celebrated clinching a playoff spot last night by dropping 30 points, a 30-point lead to the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks came back, won that game. They were down 68-38, I think, in the second, and came back and won that game $120 to $118 and beat the Celtics.
That third quarter. Yeah, that third quarter was monumental. It's always the third quarter when it comes to the Hawks, whether they have a lead at the half or they're down big at the half. That third quarter tends to always be a monumental shift one way or another. Mind you, both Tatum and Brown were in double figures after the first quarter. Even Porzingis, I believe, was in double figures. They had 42 points after the first quarter. So we're talking about being up by at least 22 to 24 points after the first quarter. The Hawks look absolutely horrendous. Now, give credit to Boston. Here's the problem with Boston. They had an opportunity to lock up the number 1 seed last night. Now, Boston has to stay here in Atlanta because there's no game in between when they play the Hawks again on Thursday. So they got to stay over the next, few days to kind of let this soak in. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. They got Magic City and Strokers and some other places.
Well, so now how do you, that's what I was thinking though, is how do you spend those next few days might be the tale.
Jaylen Brown knows where to go. Jaylen Brown is from Atlanta. So I'm pretty sure we'll go here, we'll go there, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Here's the thing with Boston.
He's sick, dude.
Boston has let go of a couple of these type of leads this season. They've given up big leads before this season. Now, this is the biggest one. This is the biggest comeback in, I believe, Hawks history or in a very, very, very long time.
Yes. No, I think it's the history of the team.
Right.
Regular season, at least, yeah.
The problem with Boston, and this is what they can run into, even though they can shoot the three, they shoot too many. And what happens when you clanking them threes? Long rebounds, transition the other way. And that's exactly what happened last night. Tatum and everybody gets so comfortable with shooting these threes that they shoot teams back in the games. They really do.
Good point.
They don't attack the basket the way that they're supposed to. And when Jason starts settling, everybody else starts settling. And eventually that 30-point lead gets down to 20, gets down to 10, and before you know it, it's a 3-point lead. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened last night.
Yeah.
But that is the way of the NBA, period. It's just not the Celtics. It's every team. Every team is pretty much dumb, except for Denver. And that's why I say Denver, when they don't really shoot a lot of threes because they'll go to Jokic in the post and they'll score. And people don't understand, okay, you might go down the opposing team, you're down, you hit 3 threes in a row, then you come back and you try to match that. No, you just want to break the ice. You just want to get a bucket to slow their momentum. And guys don't understand that now. You made a 3, I got to make a 3. You made a 3, I got to make a 3. Next thing you know.
It's not always about that, yeah.
It's about getting buckets, man.
Yeah.
And that's why Denver, when it comes down, they the only one. We'll settle this shit down. We're going to go to Jokic in the post because we know Jokic is either going to find an open man or he's going to fucking score. It's none of this, shooting threes and isolating and as a whole team looks at you, shoot a bad shot, and then we get the rebound, we off to the races. You don't stop bleeding by, hitting a 3. You stop the bleeding by getting a bucket. And every team in the NBA NBA doesn't understand that. They just want to fucking shoot threes like it's a fucking all-star game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and immediately what happens is either if you're trailing or if you're losing a lead, every team seems to go right back to the three. Like that's the immediate. Oh, we gotta get back in this game quicker. We gotta push this out, and then they start firing off bad shots, and it's like you said, Rob. Too many teams are just too quick to that. It's like slow the pace down, slow the game down. If you're losing a grip on either a lead or you're falling way out of contention, slow the game down. Yeah. And instead, everybody just tries to speed it back up and start chucking up like half-court shots.
And it's so weird that most of these coaches in the NBA coached in both worlds, meaning where it was a slow-down game and it was a fast game. And it's like I sit back and look at it like, fuck, here we go with this shit. That's the way of the world. It's this AAU bullshit. It's these dumbass college coaches that let these guys do this shit now. I got to take it on. And it's just they don't understand. You know, it's not about shooting threes. It's about getting buckets, man. You get some buckets, you're going to win some games.
Yeah. But like you said, we're in a league where, you know, obviously in simple math, 3 is worth more than 2.
It's the go-to.
So
it's the go-to.
But Boston shoots them. I think they're number 1 in the league in three-point attempts, or at least they were, or they're somewhere at the top of the league when it comes to three-point attempts. Okay. So when they knock them down, they knock them down. But like I said, they went on a stretch in that third quarter where they were not falling, and it was just clank after clank after clank. It was turning the ball over, which led to the Hawks getting back into this game. Now they got to sit here in the city for a couple of days. And I talked to some of my colleagues at the game. I'm like, Thursday might be a bloodbath.
I don't think so. You want to know why? Because it's a back-to-back for you guys. You know, it's
got Portland on Wednesday,
Yeah, it's going to be a back-to-back. So usually that's going to take up for their legs being in the street and your legs.
You're saying bloodbath the other way, right?
Oh, yeah, other way.
I'm thinking Boston is going to come in because now I got to sit with this in the city. Because now I got to go up big again, and I'm not taking my foot off the gas. And because they realized that, okay, we should have done what we did. We should have done this yesterday. Yeah. And we could have sat our guys possibly on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Now our guys got to play, and they may be pissed off about that. So I don't know how that game's going to turn out.
We'll see. Well, we got the rest of the East, by the way. Aside from Boston, Bucks are sitting at 2. You got the Cavs, Knicks, and Magic kind of all bunched up 3 through 5 there. Pacers, Heat, Sixers in the group below them, 6 through 8. And then currently you got the Bulls and then the Hawks as your 9 and 10 seed. I think the Hawks are like 4 games up on the next team out. East just not great again this year. Bucks, maybe the most legitimate of the other people in that on the East side besides Boston.
Yeah, I'm looking at how far the Sixers have dropped. But if you look
they've fallen way off without Embiid.
Well, that's Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I was going to say without Embiid, they've dropped way off.
Yeah, if Embiid doesn't come back, it's going to be. But if you look at the East, it's Boston and Milwaukee. That's it.
Those are the only 2 that really stand out. You know what I mean? But we say that every year. Then Jimmy Buckets comes in and runs the Heat to a freaking finals appearance. And we're like, where the hell did you come from? Didn't you just lose to the Hawks in the play-in? What the hell is happening? You know?
Yeah, so. I think it's in the West is just straight Denver. It is just straight Denver.
Yeah,
Hawks gonna win 2 play-in games, and they're gonna see Boston in the first round. So
and get cooked.
All I'm saying, and I was telling everybody, I said, look, they'll be the 10 seed. They'll win that game, play the loser of 7 and 8, probably beat them, and then somehow, some way, find a way
back to Boston.
And the Bulls are playing so mad right now. They get into a fight almost every game. So I don't know.
Yeah. Bulls and the Rockets, man. Freaking Bulls and the Rockets are both brawling, man. Well, maybe more specifically, Dylan. Well, listen, we have some other stuff to get to here. I did want to talk about the Bol Bol story, only because. So this was the story was built. The Battle of the 7-footers, Bol Bol and Wemby when they were. Taking each other. He catches this foul. I got the game audio of him talking to the refs. Here's the audio from the game.
And Victor draws the foul. Phoenix foul number 11. Bol Bol is second foul on Bol.
Dick riding, bro. I get it.
Y'all dick riding, bro. I get it.
I get it.
I get it. It went super viral because he said the refs were dick riding. I don't know, man. You gotta know though when it's Wembanyama and he's kind of the hot, sexy thing in the league that some stuff's gonna kind of lean his way.
Getting them calls.
That is the most frustrating thing ever when you playing a guy who has a name and they get every freaking call that night. And it's like, come on, man. I say he's an NBA player. I'm an NBA player. Call the shit.
Call it straight.
Call it equally. Yeah. And so that is the most frustrating thing ever.
Well, he was frustrated. He told the refs they were dick riding.
I'm shocked that he said that.
Made me giggle. I'm surprised he didn't get fined for it. We've seen people getting.
Did he get a tech?
I don't know. I don't think they teed him. No,
think so.
I don't think they said anything to him. I don't think he got a tech. I don't think because I think he kind of tried to. Oh, I get it. Just joke, like he was making a joke. But man, I don't know. I've seen a lot of NBA refs, man. Tech people and fine people for much less nonsense.
Hey, get out of here! Get out of here! Yeah. Get out of here!
Come on! I do love
it. The Atlanta Hawk guy. Just get out of here! I want to hear that shit.
Get that shit out of here!
What?
Tatum. And then the other story this week that popped up that kind of threw me a little bit was the Jalen Green story. Apparently, the Nets turned down a trade offer from the Rockets that included Jalen Green and multiple first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. I was only surprised by this because we've talked a lot about Jalen Green the last couple of weeks, and he's been playing really well. So why would the Rockets be in any kind of a spot where they're looking to move him?
The fact that you're gonna give up the picks was the problem that hurts me. I'm like, I understand that you want to get some defense on that team. Jalen don't play no defense at all.
No,
but he's about I score, you score. But I can and Mikal Bridges, all-star, hell of a player.
Oh no, he's a great player. Yeah.
I would take him over Jalen Green, but the fact when you throw in picks, I don't think Mikal Bridges is worth the picks when it comes to that. A great player.
First rounders?
And I'm the biggest Mikal Bridges fan but I'm like, no, as a GM, I'm not doing that. Giving up to Green and 2 picks. I've been. I know if Tim had found out about that, Tim was like, yo, dude, what the hell are you doing?
So is that the move then? Is it just it's a defensive move?
I think so.
Because why else do that with the kid that you've got flashing the way he's flashing right now?
Yeah, I think when you look at that team, you think if they build him not for this year, for next year, because you want a 1, 2, 3 punch like that. You got Van Vliet.
Yeah.
You got Sengun. And then Mikal Bridges is that amoeba. He can fit in anywhere and make your team better offensively and defensively.
Okay.
And Jalen Green only makes your team better offensively.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a nice little price tag for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah. Because you think about it, you got Mikal Bridges and you got Crazy Boy, and you got 2 top defenders on that team right there.
Crazy Boy. Let's talk about his teammate. This was Jock Landale. Talking to Dylan the other night after the game.
Dylan Brooks, if you're listening, this ain't Memphis, man. Stop getting yourself ejected. We need you out here. We need that physicality.
This ain't Memphis, he said. You got to stop getting yourself ejected, bro. And man, they are quick to – he's quick to – and we've talked about him way too much, so I don't want to get into it, but holy crap, man. Quick to throw fists. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Tighten up. Your team's playing well. Get your ass out there. Earn your paycheck.
And it's carrying over to your other guys on the team. Like, oh, well, he fights. I should fight.
I'll fight. Yeah, I'll throw hands. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do. I don't know. I just love though that he called him out on the broadcast. That just made my day. This ain't Memphis, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week, then we'll play our game. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to Travis Hunter, Colorado Buffaloes cornerback and receiver. Just because I thought this was a cool story, bought his mom a house. Surprised her on St. Patrick's Day. Took a trip out to Savannah to celebrate his birthday. They had like the whole family there. Gives his mom a card. She reads it out loud in front of this really nice house, what he called a, quote, nice-ass house. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths in Savannah. Biggest purchase he says he's ever made in his life.
Whoa, wait. Did you say 5 bedrooms and 2.5 baths?
Yeah. Which means there's an ensuite for the master and then 1.5 other bathrooms in this house for 4 other bedrooms, bro.
Let me set the precedent here. I think it's absolutely amazing because I'm going to lead with love first.
Okay.
I think it's absolutely amazing.
I love that we're getting a B-Dog rant in the middle of Big Shot of the Week. This is great. Go ahead.
I love the fact that he bought his mother a house, using, he's one of the guys that's at the top when it comes to NIL money.
And it's all NIL money, yeah.
And he's using it to put his mother, who raised him, in a better place.
Yes.
To show his level of appreciation and love that he's had for everything that she's done for him.
Hence, Big Shot of the Week.
Now.
Yes.
5-bed, 2.5 bath is absolutely egregious. I've heard of 5-bed, 6.5 bath.
6.5 bathrooms?
For a 5-bedroom house, I've heard of that.
What the hell are you smoking? What? 6.5 bathrooms in a 5-bedroom house? There should never be more bathrooms than bedrooms.
There are plenty of houses that are like that.
I've never seen that.
There should not be that.
Every house I've ever owned had more bathrooms than bedrooms.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yes.
That I own. Not that I grew up in. I own.
Why do you need so many bathrooms?
Because you have most of the houses. I hate to say this, but most of the houses have had pool baths. So the pool bath goes out to that.
All right. That okay.
And then
so
you
I wasn't
have
counting
the
that.
guest bathroom. And so it's like,
well, you have a guest bathroom. It's like a half bathroom or something downstairs.
Yeah,
but like,
then you have every bedroom that has a bathroom.
Okay, so you live better than me because I'm
5 beds,
5 bedrooms,
2.5 baths.
My house is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and that's all I need because if anybody's upstairs, there's 2-3 bedrooms that could share a bathroom. Go nuts. Every bedroom doesn't have to have a bathroom.
But that's one of the reasons that it took me forever. It took me 2 years to find a house here in LA because I refused to buy a house that each bedroom didn't have a bathroom in it. I think it's the worst thing for your son to walk out, or your daughter to walk out his bedroom down the hall to go take a shower or a bath and then go back.
It's right. No. I mean, like, Jaina's bedroom door is here and the bathroom door is here. It doesn't require a mile. What's in the Green Mile?
Hey,
she's not walking down the hallway with a towel in her hands. Like doing the walk of shame. She's got to walk 3 feet.
I just, I said, no, I couldn't do it, man. Every house out here, you have $5 million houses out here in LA where you got a bedroom here, bedroom there, and you got to walk out your bedroom to get to a bathroom. Like, oh, hell no. And that bathroom might be shared by the common area. Oh, hell no.
Oh, my God.
5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
Yeah, no, they need more bathrooms.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, 2.5 is way too small. Yeah.
But a lot of these times when they
need at least one more bathroom.
It's not really a bedroom. It's like more of like a den or a studio or an office. And so
something you
guarantee
can convert
one of
into.
those is supposed to be an office, not a bedroom. They say, oh, it can be used as a bedroom.
Mm-hmm. All it has to have is a closet to count as a bedroom.
But back to him in college, by his mom house.
He ain't even gone pro.
Hey, I was in my 11th year in the NBA before me and my mom settled on a house because we were butting heads back and forth. She was like, no, I don't want that. I want to be here. No, mom, I ain't buying that because it's a bad area. Nope.
Oh, wow.
And so we finally got a good area where we built her a house. I'm like, man, so big ups to him, man. Still in college. He ain't even got his pro day contract yet.
No.
So,
yeah, we splitting hairs here when it comes to.
Oh, of course.
We just talking.
And it's not a rare feat for a man to buy his mom a house. He did it while he was still in college, and I just thought that was cool. And by the way, Savannah is not an easy place to find a nice. Quote, a nice ass house.
I even looked in Savannah.
Dude, Savannah's a beautiful, beautiful city.
Yes.
But it's a lot of old houses and a lot of old architecture. Anything you buy needs work in Savannah.
Got it.
Yeah, got it. All right, well, let's play this week's game. I have brought back, we haven't played this one in a minute. We've only played it, I think, once amongst all of us. But we used to play it back in the day a bunch. This game's called Shootout. So I have a topic. And you guys just have to go back and forth to come up with an answer. This is an easy game. Like, movie stars named Jack, and then you each have to give me one until one of you can't come up with an answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
For instance. So here's your first question.
Oh, shit.
I tried to give these all topical spins here, okay? Diddy's in some hot water this week.
Show is.
Diddy's in some trouble. Homeland Security raiding both his houses is not looking good for Diddy. Allegations of sex trafficking and all kinds of ugly stuff that he's being accused of. But the shootout is Diddy, obviously at his height, probably in the late 90s, the top 20 selling hip-hop artists of the 1990s. Robert Horry, you're up first.
So I take an easy one and just say Biggie.
There you go. Biggie counts.
I'll take another one and say Tupac.
Tupac also going to count.
I'm going to take Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's also on that list.
I am going to say of the 90s.
Of the 90s.
Can I say Mobb Deep?
Mobb Deep is on that list.
What?
By the way, this is the top 20 highest selling hip hop artists of the 90s.
So I'm
groups, artists, the whole deal.
Puffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's on that list.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, 100% on that list. Yeah.
Eminem
on that list.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg on that list. You guys are doing good.
What's that damn group? If I say Method Man, does that include
You talking about Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang?
I'll give you Wu-Tang's on that list. Wu-Tang is on that list.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Harper. Starting to get a little,
I don't know.
Starting to get a little thin now.
Yeah. Let me think.
What about?
Hold on. Outkast?
I was gonna say you're gonna kick yourself. Somebody don't say Outkast, you're gonna be mad.
I was thinking North, but then I had to come back south.
Come back south. Okay.
Well, you got to throw Luda in there.
No,
Luda's not on that
Luda's
list,
not.
man. He was
Luda's more 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's gonna
But
be
you
a
know,
point
I
for
wasn't
Hard
gonna
Dog,
say.
yeah.
You know who I was really gonna say though?
Who was you gonna say?
My boy, I love this dude. This is my favorite artist of all time, Heavy D.
Yeah, no, Heavy D ain't on that
list.
list.
Passed though, but I couldn't put Heavy D.
Heavy D. Yeah.
I got one more.
Go ahead. You already won. Go ahead.
Nas.
Nas was at the top of the list, believe it or not. Yeah. You guys missed a few. Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest.
Was on there. Let's see. Public Enemy.
Oh, that's my group.
I love
Enemy was like
Public Enemy.
88 to 94.
Yeah, it was early 90s, but they were still one of the
Ice.
highest. Yeah, Ice Cube and Ice-T. Both on that list.
What do you mean how?
Fugees as well on that list, and the Beastie Boys.
I forgot about the Beastie Boys.
90s. Yeah, they were big in the
What do you mean how?
Ice-T?
Yeah.
Name me 4 songs by Ice-T.
I can't. But
I couldn't on a bet. Cop Killer. I think isn't
That's
that the only one
I know.
I know because it was so controversial.
Colors is the only other one.
Yeah. Okay. There's one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But I mean, look.
I love Ice-T and Special Victims, but I don't think he had that many hits.
I don't. Let's. We don't want to trim this out of the podcast. Ice-T will come for you.
I know, right?
Ice-T catches wind that you're talking about him. He's gonna come for you.
I ain't talking about. I love.
He's a good follow on
Ice-T.
Twitter, by the way, because he comes for people, man. You bring up his name, he come for you.
Yeah.
All right. Last week we joked. Harp will get to leave this one off. Last week we joked that Donald Trump, who's of course all over the news again this week, became a popular star on reality TV. So the shootout is, according to Collider, the top 20 reality shows of all time. Collider's just a pop culture website. The top 20 reality shows of all time. Real World is absolutely on that list.
Kardashians.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians is on that list.
Housewives?
The Housewives franchise is on that list, yes.
Does that
counts everybody.
Basketball wives and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it counts everybody.
When you said reality, is that like Survivor and all that stuff too?
Yep, there you go. Survivor's on that list. Good job. Number 1.
Love and Hip Hop?
Dang. Oh, no. That point's going to
They're
go
not
to Rob.
there?
No. Love and Hip Hop is not on the list. The Bachelor.
Dang.
The Amazing Race. American Idol.
Is Bachelorette on there?
No, Bachelorette kind of combo.
Okay, go to the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Shark Tank, Fear Factor,
yeah.
America's Top Model, a whole lot. Pawn Stars.
In fact, I forgot all about that one.
You know which one was on this
That's my
list that I haven't
rock
thought about in
star.
ages was Taxi Cab Confessions. And I'm like, I haven't thought about that show in 100 years.
Anytime you talk about taxi cab conventions, I roll over to I'm sleeping here with old. What's the one? God, I can't think of
Your
this
brain
thing.
shut down on you. What happened?
It shut down on me today. I had a hard workout yesterday. I'm tired this morning.
Okay. I don't know. You've lost me.
We're moving on.
We're moving on. We're moving on. So Rob's got to give his brain a soft reboot. It'll wake up in a little while.
Hold on. Let me unplug real quick.
All right. Hopefully he comes back up.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Very good.
You had to reboot the.
Spider-Man 4 is going to reportedly start filming this fall with Tom Holland, Zendaya, and the whole crew coming back. So the shootout is not Spider-Man villains, any comic book villain. Comic book villains across the board. Robert Horry.
Oh.
Any and all comic book villains.
Thanos.
Okay.
See, this is one you're gonna have.
This is gonna go deep, and then everyone's gonna start forgetting what they've mentioned. That's the trick.
I'll start with Spider-Man in the Spider-Man series. Let's go Carnage.
Okay.
But you know some comic book villains.
Okay.
I know. Come on, bro. I know.
Let's see. Who do I want to go? I'm trying to think of someone easy to remember someone hard.
The best part is to get the easy one.
Sandman.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman.
Doc Ock.
Okay.
Doom.
Okay. Dr. Doom, classic.
Kingpin.
Kingpin's a good one.
Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Venom.
Good.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke's good.
Electro.
Good.
Look at you with Electro.
Going deep on the Spider-Man villains. I like it.
I know. Can I do like guys like Solomon Grundy?
Sure. I'll count Solomon Grundy. Any comic book villain. I'm just curious to see how deep this goes.
Any comic book villain. Okay.
Is my go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go deep in this one.
Oh, love.
Rhino.
Good one.
Hey, do you only watch Spider-Man stuff?
No, these are just. I did watch a lot of Spider-Man growing up.
Penguin.
Good. I mean, you could do this whole shootout in Spider-Man and Batman villains alone.
Yeah.
I mean, God.
The Riddler.
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
Joker.
I just said
Rob
Joker.
just said Joker.
Oh, my bad. Dang.
I'm buzzing you out on that. You can't be repeating
Harley
that.
Quinn.
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Poison Ivy.
Oh, we could have.
Yeah.
Dude, this could have gone on for an hour. I'm glad that somebody screwed it up. Yeah, I was glad somebody screwed it up. All right. Let's go on to this one. The NFL voted this week to ban hip drop tackling in football.
Dude, I had to look this up because I had to make sure that what they was banning was what I thought it was.
A hip drop tackle is when a defender wraps up an offensive player on the side or from behind, becoming dead weight while often landing on the player's leg. So it's kind of like a tackle from behind where you just drag them down.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's just the amount of stuff the NFL has banned is just so stupid. So the shootout is NFL penalties. Not counting the hip drop tackle.
Who's starting it off?
Give me some NFL penalties. B, you can go first.
Shot block.
Okay.
Horse collar.
Good.
Encroachment.
Okay.
Illegal procedure.
Okay.
False start.
Okay.
Offsides.
Good.
Holding.
Holding. Okay.
Damn it. I'm trying to think of what the fucking when it kicks out of bounds. A face mask shit. I'm just saying
Face mask. Good.
I'm trying to remember. Did we say offside? We said that one already? Okay. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay.
Too many men on the field.
Too many men on the field. Good one. I don't know how I feel about the way you said it, but good. Yeah.
Illegal touching.
Okay. Don't know how I feel about you how you said that, but okay.
Too many men in the backfield.
All right, we got to get the men and the illegal touching out of this conversation, okay? We've touched too many men illegally.
Too many players in the backfield.
Okay.
Intentional grounding.
Good one.
Yeah. Pass interference.
Good.
I thought we said that one.
No, PI is still up there. Now you're starting to get to the nitty gritty.
Oh. Hold on. Wait a minute.
What? No, how long are we supposed to wait?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
My Google's not loading. Hold on.
What's the joint where
Oh, Jesus. We used to put a time limit on these.
I can't. We done got deep into it. I forget.
know. All right. Yeah, that's
Illegal hands to the face.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Illegal forward pass, taunting, targeting.
Yeah.
Chop. Somebody say chop block? I don't think anybody said chop block.
I think he said that's one of the first ones.
Roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, delay a game. Nobody got that one, so there's a few more.
What's it called when you kick it out of bounds on the kickoff?
It is called.
I think it's just. I think it's just called. Isn't it kicked out of bounds or something?
I don't know.
I don't think it's illegal. Anything. I don't know. I don't even know if that has a name. All right. Last one. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new bill this week that has banned children under 14 from having a social media account. That is a wild, wild thing for a governor of a state to sign. If you're under 14, you're not allowed to have social media.
Yeah, I saw that.
Per a legal right with the state, you can't have social media. So the Shootout is the top social media platforms in the U.S. Rob, you go first. Rob goes first. We ran the music out. That's how long it took us to do this.
X.
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
TikTok.
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 Facebook.
Good.
Yeah. It's the one with the butterfly. Can't think of the fucking name now. MySpace.
Oh no, you're out, man. MySpace ain't MySpace.
What year is this?
How old are we? Jesus, can I be in your top 8 in MySpace?
Dang, I thought you was gonna say YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube would have counted. They count YouTube as social media.
They do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised by that too. But
what's the one with the butterfly?
I don't know. I know Snapchat is on here. I think that's a ghost.
Yeah.
WeChat, WhatsApp, Tumblr, Reddit, Pinterest.
LinkedIn
is on here. Discord, Threads, Twitch.
I use Reddit and Discord, so.
Man, I've been on Reddit in so long.
Yeah. Only time I read it, if I get stomped on a video game, I look at Reddit. That's the only time I use
Usually
Reddit.
I go to YouTube, and I'm like, give me a walkthrough of this level. Oh, okay, that's where I got to go.